Good evening and welcome to the real world. Gimel Iyah, the yard site. Such a special day. Usually we try to do these clips between 2 and 3 minutes. Sometimes more successfully than other nights. It might be a little longer tonight. The yard site of Shaila. If you can bear with us, great. If not, Hatzlacha. We'll see you next week. Shaila. People ask all the time, this time of year especially. I know they're going to get 100 texts and WhatsApps and pictures of people showing me Slurpees for free leadership of Shai Moshe. It's not just kugel anymore. There's going to be sushi and there's going to be charcuterie boards for Shai Moshe. There's going to be so much food leadership of Shai Moshe. What's it all about? Why so much food? People have a reaction to it and it bothers them. They don't understand what's the connection to the tzaddik, to what looks to be gluttony. So much food, such an abundance of food. Another question that people have is, when did we have a daven to tzaddikim? We daven to the Rabban Shalom. B'schus the tzaddikim. Maybe the exception is Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, where you see that we sing songs in praise of the tzaddik. But generally, the yard side of a tzaddik is an opportunity to daven on the schus of the tzaddik. You light a candle for the tzaddik. You say Tehillim by the cave of the tzaddik. But you don't daven to a tzaddik. You daven to the Rabban Shalom. It's actually the Rambam, the Yud Gimel Ikrim, and his Yud Gimel Ikrim, the Yisayda Chamishi, the fifth one. The Rambam says that you're not allowed to daven time time. It's borderline avodah zarah, kfira. You're not allowed to daven to tzaddik. You could daven to Hashem b'schus of the tzaddik. So where's the confusion in regard to Reb Shiloh? What's the role of Reb Shiloh? Why is he different than other rabbis? And why is there this mass connection by the most Pashat Yid to the most Ahibin Yid? Everybody feels this connection to Reb Shiloh ben Moshe. I want to try to explain a little bit, just the way I see it. A Yid came to Reb Shiloh once, and he said he doesn't have any panasa. He couldn't do it anymore. He had no money. So Reb Shiloh said, "You need panasa? Okay, tell me your name." And Reb Shiloh gave him a brach. He said, "You should be very much there." Yid came back a few weeks later and he said he had been very, very successful. All of a sudden customers started to come and all of a sudden everybody wanted Dafka his inventory and he was charging high prices and he made a lot of money and he reinvested it and he was flying high and he had become in a very short time remarkably successful in business. But he had a new problem. Told him Shiloh, all of a sudden now that he's becoming a wealthy person, everyone's coming to him for help and his long lost cousins and his brothers and the guys who sat in the back of the show with him a few weeks earlier, like a schnorrer, are all coming to him and saying, "Oh, you're being matzliach. Help us. I'm making chasna. I need a loan. I want to start a business." Everyone's bothering him for money. He says, "I can't do it. It's just, it's not why I needed money." So Shiloh looked at him, very disappointed and very surprised, and he said, "This is why the Baruch Shalom gives a Yid panasa. It's not to help other Yidden with. Let me ask you a question." Shiloh takes a pen and a paper. Tell me the names of like 10 chashav Yidden in your village, in your town where you live. So he starts saying the names of the different prominent people, and he says, "Why does the Rebbe want to know?" He says, "Because the Rebbe Shalom was being mashpia panasa on somebody. I thought it should be you. Clearly, you're not the right address for it. Let it go to one of the other ones." So the Yid turned white. He says, "No, don't take it away. Don't take it away, Rebbe. I'm going to help them." Rav Shiloh said, "Panasa is only given to help Yidden, and if we're not on the same page about this, it shouldn't go to you." He says, "Please, Rebbe, I learned my lesson. Give me another chance. Don't take it away." Rav Shiloh said, "I don't know what to say. But what I could do is like this. I have all these names of these Yidden. I'm going to put them in a hat and pick out a girl. And I could put you in the girl as well. And if you win, then great. Then you'll see that the Baruch Shalom is giving you another chance." And Shiloh picked out his name, and he won. That's the story. He got to keep his panasa. Now, what was Shiloh doing with the girl? Shiloh was doing this thing. He was saying that a Rebbe doesn't give brachas. A Rebbe is not the one who's mashpia panasa. The Baruch Shalom is mashpia panasa. The Rebbe is at most a vehicle who could daven, who could pile. He's a shliach. So obviously, it's clearly important to Shiloh himself. Does he understand that it's all the Rabban Shalom? And at most, the Rebbe could direct it a certain way. That's A. Another story of Shiloh. There's a certain Yid, a Shinya V'chassid, who's named as Michal Schwartz. And Karastir, they called him Michal Kain Gadol. He was a big person. He was very tall. He was a Kain, Michal Kain Schwartz. And he was meant to go to Shinya for Shabbos, and there was maybe there was traffic, or there was problems, or whatever the issues were of the day, and he ended up in Karastir. He didn't make it to Shinya. And Friday afternoon, he's sitting in Karastir, and he's thinking about Friday afternoon in Shinya, it's such a dahibin place. The Chassidim were coming out of the mikveh and they're learning Shir Hashirim, they're being Mavasadra, and they're preparing for Shabbos. So you're in Karastir. A little Tayameh, somebody's nodding off on the thing, somebody else is eating kugel. You don't feel out of Shabbos like you do in Shinya. But the Rebbe, Shiloh, came to this medrash. And he says to Michal, "Maybe you could tell me, there's a melitza. There's like sort of a joke that people make. They say, by a greater Rebbe, you don't get Elam Haza and you don't get Elam Haba. By a kleiner Rebbe, by a small Rebbe, you get Elam Haza and Elam Haba." What does it mean? Michal said he didn't know. So Shiloh said, "I'll tell you, it means that if you go to Sheniva for Shabbos like you wanted, so you would go, Elam Haza you're not going to get, because there's so many prominent Chassidim, there's so many VIPs, there's so many big Talmidei Chacham, there's so many big Arachid, no one's giving you covered, no one's making sure you have food by the Kiddush, no one's giving you a big aliyah, no one's making sure you have a seat, because everybody's chashav there. You come here, I take good care of you, I don't have so many people like you, so look, you can get an aliyah, you can get a good seat, we're going to make sure you have what to eat, we're going to treat you well." That's Eilam Haza. Eilam Haba, after 120 years, if you're always by the Shini V'Rav, by the Heilige Shini, they're going to ask you, who's your Rebbe? You'll say the Shini, they'll say, and this is what you became. You had such a grace of Rebbe. You're such a great tzaddik as your Rebbe, as your spiritual guide, and this is what you amounted to. They'll be disappointed. But if you tell them Shiloh was your Rebbe, the expectations from you are very little. Whatever you do, they'll say that's amazing, that's great. That's what Shiloh said to him. It was again cloaked in a joke, but Shiloh was saying something fundamental to understanding Kerastia. There are Rebbes who are Mashpia Elam Haza. It's about Panas Lefidin. There's Rebbes who are Mashpia Elam Haba. They teach you how to be a big Ayvid Hashem. Reb Shaila understood that Elam Haza is the means to Elam Haba. If you could take care of Yid's Panasa, if you make sure that he has food to eat, that his wife and kids aren't hungry at night, that there's a very, very good chance that his neshama will be able to be in control and be able to daven better and learn better and be a mensch. If you take care of his Panasa, if you take care of his guf, then his neshama will do the rest. Just make sure he's stable. Just make sure he's settled. Reb Shaila used Elam Haza as a means to getting his chassidim to Elam Haba. He used this world and the comforts of this world, or peace of mind that comes with having what a person needs, because he trusted fully in the value, in the potential, in the glory of a neshama, and the limitless desire of a neshama to grow. So Shaila took care of Gashmias. That's true. He took care of Gashmias, like he said, Elam Haza as a means to Elam Haba. Somebody goes to a Kleiner Rebbe, as if he said. A Kleiner Rebbe means somebody who couches himself in smaller things, like Kugel.